All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something you use literally every second you're online, but probably never think about: DNS. It's the silent engine that makes the internet go, but as we're about to see, it has this fascinating, critical backdoor that basically shapes everything you can and can't see online.
I mean, really think about it. You type in a website, you hit enter, and bam, it just shows up. It feels like magic, right? How on earth does your computer know where to go out of billions of places? Well, it's not magic, but it's a pretty brilliant system working behind the scenes. So, what is this system? The absolute best way to picture it is as a giant global phone book for the entire internet. Seriously, it's a directory that connects a name you can remember to a number the network actually needs. And here's its official name, the Domain Name System, or DNS. Its whole job is just to be a translator. You and we remember names, right? Like example.com. But computers, they don't speak in words, they speak in numbers. These long strings called IP addresses. DNS is that critical middleman that connects our world of words to the internet's world of numbers.
Okay, so if DNS is the phone book, then who's the operator looking up all these numbers for you? Well, for most of us, it turns out the operator is a company we know all too well.
That's right. Your internet service provider, the company you pay every month for your connection, is also the one handling your DNS requests by default. They run something called the resolver, which is just a fancy name for the server that takes your request for a website and goes and finds the correct IP address for you.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Because when one company controls the entire phone book, what kind of power does that actually give them? What can they see? And maybe more importantly, what can they control?
Well, it gives them three pretty huge powers. First, they can just block you. You ask for a website's IP address, and they can just not give it to you, or give you a fake one. Either way, the site is totally unreachable. Second, they can log you. They can keep a running list of every single website name you ever look up. And third, they can redirect you. Instead of sending you to the site you wanted, they can send you somewhere else entirely, maybe to a block page or even an ad.
Just let that sink in for a second. Your ISP has the built-in ability to keep a history of every website you've ever even tried to visit. It's all right there in their logs. It's basically a complete map of your life online.
But here's the twist in the story. Despite having all that power, the fundamental design of the internet actually creates a huge weakness in this whole system of control. There's one door they simply cannot afford to shut.
And it all comes down to this one number, 53. See, in computer networking, a port is just like a numbered door for a specific kind of traffic. And all standard DNS requests, every single one of those phone book lookups, are meant to travel through port 53. It's the official, universal channel for DNS.
And this creates a huge dilemma for any ISP that wants total control. Their goal is to monitor all your traffic, so you'd think they could just block port 53 to stop you from using anyone else's DNS servers. But they can't. If they block port 53, they don't just block a few alternatives, they break all DNS. The internet would literally stop working for their customers. It's a trap of their own making. This gap, this unblockable port that they have to leave open, is exactly what people figured out how to exploit. It creates a kind of tunnel right through the ISP's wall of control.
And here's the key. Because port 53 has to stay open, it means that even when an ISP is trying its best to filter everything, your requests to other DNS servers, ones they don't control, can often still slip right through.
We call these reachable, independent servers clean DNS. It's like finding a different private phone book operator that your ISP can't listen in on. This is your ticket to an unfiltered directory of the internet.
So DNS tunneling is this really clever technique that uses this gap. You basically hide other kinds of data inside what looks like a totally normal DNS request. You send that disguised data to a clean DNS server, and just like that, you can bypass your ISP's blocking and logging completely. You're using the one door they can't lock to create a secret encrypted tunnel for your traffic.
So let's tie this all together. We went from a simple phone book to a super sophisticated way to get around censorship. Why does digging into all this technical stuff actually matter? Let's just do a quick recap. We know DNS is the internet's address book, and for most of us, our ISP manages that book, which gives them the power to see and control where we go. But, and this is the big but, the internet's total reliance on port 53 creates a vulnerability, a weakness they can't fix without breaking everything. And that's the very weakness that allows DNS tunneling to create a private path right past the guards.
And that kind of leaves us with one final big question. We just saw how the most basic, fundamental piece of the internet has this built-in backdoor that can be used for both control and for freedom. It really makes you wonder, what other unseen systems and hidden backdoors are shaping our digital world every single day? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.